Beyond the Brand Podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Brand Podcast. I am your host, Angelo, and today we got a special guest. If you can't tell, we're an AZ thread. Shout out my dog Edgar, letting us use the spot. But I always, anything that I'm into, I like to research, I like to study, I like to see who's doing things, at a high level. So I've looked at people like Nardwar, Charlemagne, even Bootleg Kev. Shout out to Bootleg Kev. But it's not every day that I get to sit down with somebody that I've been watching, I've been studying. So without further ado, we got Stazz from AZ Way Too Active in the building. Let me hit you with a...
Man, thank you so much. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, man, I got to put you up there because, nobody's doing it. And now, okay, so let me take that back. A few people are starting to do it, but you were doing it first. You know what I'm saying? And the caliber of artists that you're getting, celebrities, nobody's really doing that, bro. So I got to commend you, first of all.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, you've been killing it. How long has it been?
Man, it's been, let me see. I started doing it late summer. I did it summer 23.
Okay, 23.
Is when I started really going crazy with it. I was always doing interviews. I was doing sit down podcasts and stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it was very back and forth, I would do 2 or 3 a week, and then I'd stop for
Gotcha.
a month or something, or life stuff would happen, and I would stop for a while, and then I'd do one here and then wait 4 weeks, do another one, so it was spotty, and then I would say August of 2023 is when I was okay. Started doing it, was rusty as hell,
okay.
And it was at the Matty Ice freestyle tournament, the first one.
Got you.
When he did it in downtown Phoenix. And I sucked, I sucked, but I was all hyped and excited and shit. So I was like, you know what? Let's keep going with it, and then, gradually from there, doing it more, and here I'm at today.
Yeah, killing it. Well, I want to take it back a little bit because, man, a lot of y'all be out here talking about my guy like you're not from here. You know what I'm saying? They be talking I'm going to say the word, but culture vulture. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know you really came. I know a lot of people that know you. You know what I'm saying? Even to the basketball days, I seen the stuff they were saying you went by Stazz 1, right? Back in the day.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you really been outside out here. So it's the new guys that like to say stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I want to go back a little bit to those basketball days, bro. Let them know you was really out here hooping, right?
Bro, I'm really from the soil, bro. You know what I mean? But I always like to say I wasn't born here. You know what I mean? I always like to say that. I was born in Chicago.
Got you.
I spent my first 4 or 5 years of life out there.
Got you.
But, I moved out here in kindergarten, bro. So it's I'm from here. I'm from Arizona, bro. I'm from Phoenix. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro, basketball, that was my life, bro. And with that comes a lot of relationships, bro. Adults, just so many people, bro. There's people from my basketball days that are 60 plus years old, bro, that I still am
yeah,
what's up? How you doing? When I see people outside, so yeah, basketball came with a lot of relationships, man, a lot of connections and great memories, man.
Where exactly are you from in Arizona?
Chandler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Towards the east. Got you.
Chandler, man. I was raised in Chandler, Arizona.
Yeah.
Downtown, around downtown.
Bro, okay. Got you. So yeah, so for everybody that needs to know, he's from Arizona, man. He moved from Chicago, but you're from Arizona.
I'm really from here, man. So everybody's saying this and shit, and the culture vulture thing, bro.
Talk about it.
I'm white, bro. I'm Italian, bro. I'm an Italian guy. You know what I mean? So all right, that's gonna come with it. You feel me? And I think this year, and maybe it's been a thing past, but it's just been on the low. But this year is when I've really started to see and hear some negativity, and all that. But that means you're doing something.
100%.
So I don't pay it no mind, bro. I don't let it bother me at all. It's all right, go ahead and say that. Of course, that's what you can say about someone that's the only thing someone can say about a white person.
Yeah, it's like the lowest hanging fruit.
Yeah, it's
you
like,
know?
oh, okay, say you're a culture vulture. All right, good one.
Yeah.
You know, of
We heard
course.
it.
We've
Yeah.
heard that before. Like, they said Eminem was a culture vulture.
Bootleg Kev.
Bootleg Kev, like, come on now. Like, them guys have been doing it for years, bro. They've been doing it since before y'all even knew anything about AZ hip hop, you know, Kev specifically.
Yeah, he's a hip hop encyclopedia, bro. Like,
yeah, bro. And Kev's really from here, bro. Bootleg Kev's really from the soil. Like, come on, don't get it. Just because he's in LA right now doesn't mean like, you know, so it's like, come on, man.
But what I liked about that, because I seen some of that, and what I liked about it is, one, that you haven't really addressed it. Like, you kind of like, it comes with it. And I say the same thing. Anytime we get negative comments, I always tell Manny, I'm like, oh, this one did good because it got out of our people. Because, you know, your people are going to show love. It's the randoms that are going to hate. So we're like, oh, it got to some randoms, you know. But I really like, one, that you don't really address it. But two, when you go in that comment section, man, your people are sticking up for you. They're like, hey, you don't really know Stazz. Like, you're tripping. Like, we could really talk about it, you know? Like, have you always had that that community behind you?
Always, bro, because like I said, I'm really from here, bro. And, you know, just being a part of AZ Way Too Active, you know, I have a great team, a great support system, bro. Like, if it wasn't for them dudes, Ben Fly, De La Prime, C Leach, DJ Goth, you know, Lion Lens, you know, the new people that we got, you know, the people that really support and really like know me. It's great to have a support system to like talk about it with and kind of get advice from and kind of get some direction, you know, because, you know, what person wouldn't be like, oh, what the fuck? This dude did all this about me, blah, 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 blah. You know, that's like a person's first reaction. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, just a human reaction.
Yeah, human reaction. Like, oh, man, I want to do this and this. But it's like, man, look, sometimes the best thing to do is not even respond, bro. You know what I mean? Because then that's giving them the shit, you know?
Definitely. Way more clout than they need. Speaking of AZ Way Too Active, I did want to thank you on camera, bro, because back my wife's uncle passed away. His name was Gabe. He was a young AZ barber. So when he passed, y'all had posted his memorial thing on the page. And I was like, damn, man, that like meant a lot, you know, because you guys didn't have to do that type of thing.
Wait, say that again? How?
His name is Gabe,
Yeah.
young AZ barber.
Yeah.
I don't know if you personally knew him.
That's my boy, but how was
That's my wife's uncle.
Your wife's uncle.
And when he passed,
blood related?
Blood. So how he when he passed, my brother-in-law was in the car with him, and he got shot too.
Oh my
God. He has survived, so he's fine. But Gabe passed away. To this day, my daughter goes. They babysit her at his wife's house, Chata's house, and stuff. So that was really important. I seen that on your guys' page, and it meant a lot, bro. So I wanted to thank you on camera because that's the type of things that you guys do. You know, like there's a lot of negativity that goes on that people say this and that, but that kind of stuff is really what like sticks out. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys are doing some real dope, and I appreciate that.
Thank you, bro. And like I knew Gabe, bro. I played ball. I was on his team, bro.
Okay, for sure.
I know him personally, bro. I used to get haircuts by him.
Yeah,
in high
yeah.
school.
Oh, okay. So
when
you knew
he was
him.
a senior, bro.
Got you.
Like I know I say I'm from Chandler, but for a year, my sophomore year, I played basketball at Camelback down the street.
Okay.
I went to Camelback for a year.
Yeah.
And that was Gabe's
That's where he
senior
was.
year.
Yep, that's where he was at.
And he was hooping, and yeah, man, great dude, man.
Yeah, rest in peace.
He was grown. He was grown already too,
bro.
He had one or two kids already.
Cubby, shout out to his son. Yeah,
like 2 kids his senior year. He was already cutting hair. His girl, you know, and man, he was a great dude, man. It's unfortunate that had to happen to him.
Yeah. I appreciate you saying that, bro. And dealing with loss is tough, man. To continue to keep growing and keep going. I know that you spoke a little bit about your mom passing recently. How has that affected you? That's something I can't even imagine. You know, like has that pushed you further, or did you have to take a break? How do you deal with something like that,
man?
In this space, you know.
Man, bro, she passed away last year on February 29th, bro. It was a leap year. So that day is not going to come for another, like, 4 years, bro. But, I mean, yeah, bro, my mom died. That shit was insane. That was devastating. That was rocked my world.
I bet.
You know what I mean? And it was crazy, bro, because like when all that was going on, I was just doing a lot, like doing the whole AZ2 active interview stuff, and like I had to take a break. It was a short break though. I had to, bro, because it was just like, dude, it's like family, it was like a dagger in your heart.
Something you can't prepare for.
Yeah, not at all. Because with her, it was always like my whole life, it was always like, okay, she'll be all right, But man, cancer is a fucking motherfucker, man. That's the devil. Cancer's the devil. If anything in this world is the devil, it's cancer, for real. There's nothing else that's the devil is cancer itself. You know what I mean? But to answer your question more direct, I took a little bit of time off, not a lot. I think maybe a week or two.
Okay.
But after that, it was just like pedal to the metal.
Back on the grind.
Back on the grind. And I think she like lit a fire, like, okay, I need to just go hard now. I got to go harder than I ever been, And once again, like shout out to like my AZ2 active team, all the guys, like they were very supportive, during that time. And yeah, bro, it was difficult, but it kind of lit something under me, like, okay, I got to go hard for my mom,
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what I did,
Yeah.
because she would have wanted that. So
she would always support and show love.
Even though sometimes she didn't know what exactly was going on, she was like always supportive, Yeah.
I wanted to bring that up. Obviously not to, just bring those emotions up. But one thing I always like to say is that once someone passes, if you stop talking about them, stop talking about their memories, stop thinking about them, that's them dying twice. You know what I'm saying? So I always like to bring up Gabe. I always like to bring up my nana that passed, So same with your mom. I wanted to bring that up because we can't let them die twice, They died once. Let's keep them around, They're still here with us, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, she's that fire that you've been going. And I've been seeing it. Like, I don't know if that was the correlation, but you've been going crazy lately, bro. Like, you've been active. I mean, no pun intended. Like, you've really been active. So I've been seeing you. I kind of wanted to talk because I'm new to it, but I really love this journalism thing that we do, man. I love doing the interviews. I love doing finding out about people. Like, that's my thing. And obviously it's been your thing. What's kind of your process for that? Like, if you're going, like today you had a rapper that you did, what's kind of your process beforehand?
It's I kind of have a very unorthodox, weird process, but research obviously is the most important thing, research and finding out, as much information as you can about whoever it is, and, videos and Spotify, Apple, Instagram, social media. I kind of take a look into everything,
Okay.
And then just kind of concoct things in my head, just think of things in my head of what would be a great thing to ask, and what would start a conversation amongst people on social media,
Oh, okay. So you think a lot about the audience too.
Yeah.
Like what they want to hear.
Like what would someone want to have a conversation about?
Got you.
Yeah.
Like
what would somebody want to talk about underneath the post?
Gotcha. Ooh, okay.
Like, can this question or this interview start a conversation about something?
Where there's two sides even.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my thing, bro. It's like preparation is everything. And like, I don't know how many people do this about what we do and everything, but like sometimes there'll be like a lot of preparation, bro, where like there'll be some days where I'm like, okay, start researching 2, 3 days, 4 days, a week even ahead, Sometimes it'll be just on the spot, bro, where I don't have time to do a bunch of research. I'll just do some quick stuff, and just do some like quick looks on like social media, Spotify and Google and stuff. But then I'll think like, okay, like what else is like, what's like related to this? You know what I mean? And yeah, sometimes it'll just be like pressure, bro, like that some people work great under pressure. That's me. To a point, you know.
Yeah, same.
Like, you work great under pressure at certain situations. Not every situation, but some situations. Like, okay, boom. Like no time for nothing. Like okay, boom. How we gonna do this?
Get in that mode,
and you just kind of get in that mode, bro. Like I always tell like my boy Ben Fly and shit, you know, and my girl, and it's like you kind of feel like coming from my background, it's like I feel like a ball player. You know what I mean? Because it's like
fourth quarter.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So
yeah,
man, it's very unorthodox. You know,
okay.
It just depends on the situation.
Yeah, I want to talk too about, like you said, bro. It could be days. Like for example, for you, I had that week that I was researching, getting my stuff together, and then you couldn't make it. So I'm like, damn. All right. But now that gives me, it's good and bad because it gives me a little more time to prep, but also like you had it set up. Is there one person or something where it just, bro, you kept trying to set it up and it just you couldn't get it. Like you couldn't set up the interview. Like you ended up chasing somebody. Like to this day, maybe you even haven't set it up. You know what I'm saying?
Still hasn't happened?
Yeah. Or maybe it finally happened. Have you had any of those? Cause I know with the caliber that you're getting, these people are busy. Same with you, like you're busy, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's kind of something that happens a lot, you know, like schedules just get changed up, you know what I mean?
Man, hey man, that's a good question, man. Sheesh. Wow. Who can I say? Well, just kind of off the top, you know, like out here in Arizona, I really like Trap Sav.
Oh, okay.
I really like Trap Sav, you know, and he's been making a lot of noise, you know. Free Trap Sav, by the way. Some stuff went down, and he's going through a situation right now. Free him. But yeah, I just like he was a guy out here that I was always like just watching, you know,
seeing on social media,
seeing all the time, and like we knew of each other, we know each other, you know, we knew each other kind of. You know, nothing like like a real relationship or anything, but you know, like acquaintance type shit. You know, because he used to come by like our old building, a lot, perform shows and do stuff like that. But yeah, I was like, man, like I want to interview this dude. You know what I mean? And it never worked. You know, it took a while. You know, it took a while to interview him. It was always like, oh, let's do it when the new store opens, or you know, it would be miscommunication or something. But yeah, I finally got to interview him at the Super Show, which was dope.
Oh, so it just happened.
Yeah, it just happened this month. Yep.
Yeah, okay. I seen that one actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was your first time interviewing him or what. So that one he was kind of trying to get it figured out.
Yeah, and once we linked up, it was all love. It was like, yeah, let's do what's good, bro.
Yeah.
Brody, let's do it. Boom, boom.
I think that's something that I've talked to other people that do this, and you know, we vent to each other, you know, because nobody else knows how we are trying to get these set up. They don't know the background. So I always try to tell people, like, you just can't take it personal, bro, because everybody's busy. So, like, even though you prepped and they canceled on you, you got to keep it pushing, because if you get mad or you burn that bridge, then you can never get it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that was kind of a different light switch that I had to understand. Like, don't take shit too personal. Like, I feel like that's something that's important in our I don't know, genre, whatever you want to call it, you know, our line of work, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Or there's like instances where there'll be something, okay, I gotta go do this, you know, I have a chance at this, and then it'll get canceled, like an event or something where I'm like, oh shit, if I go here, I know I can do this, you know. So like Soulja Boy, for instance, like when the fires happened in Cali, like that was kind of like a wrench in my process, because I was like, oh shit, he's having the grand opening of his store on this date, you know. And I was like, boom, let's get out there, you know. But then the fires happened, and then he had to reschedule. I was all prepared for him, and then like, you know, that whole thing was like, okay, the days go by, and then everything's open still, and then boom, everything starts to close down because of the fires, you know. So that was one this year. Like recently, that was one I was like, fuck, are they going to reschedule it? Like, are they going to do another one, have it on another day? And they did, and, you know,
it worked
out, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Is there somebody that you've, you know, either interviewed or been around that just like, I don't know, they let down your expectations because you had them built up in your head and you're like, damn, this fool seems like this or that. And then you're like, damn, Yeah, it just didn't. He just wasn't that, or she. You
No
know?
energy.
Just kind of like,
Man, damn, that's a good one. I gotta think about that one, bro.
Okay,
Sheesh.
yeah. Because I know that happens, and sometimes you can't blame them. Just
Mhm.
depending, they might have had a long day, this or that.
Yeah. I never take it like. Sometimes I'll just be like, man, fuck, like, why was he so just chill? Why was he so chill? You know, like, why didn't he give me more energy? You know what I mean? Like, so I definitely get it, but I don't take it personal, bro. I don't take it out on them. I'll be like, fuck, but then I'll be like, you know what? Like, who knows what they were going through? Maybe they were tired. Maybe they were, off that good gas and didn't want to exert all that energy, or maybe they had a long day, like you said. So,
Yeah.
Oh man, sheesh. Oh man, sheesh. Who could be one of those people, man?
If one doesn't come right to mind, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
because you always hear that these celebrities be letting people down. Like, you're like, damn, I had this dude built up in my head, and then it just didn't work out. There was one that you did, bro, and I wanted to ask about this one because that P-Rod.
P-Rod, yep.
Man, that's like my top. Like Kobe and P-Rod was my growing up. Those were my two. You know what I mean? Just because I've talked about it on the pod before, but like at that time when I was young, we didn't really have a lot of like fly, dope Mexican dudes that were, like us. For us, it was like a lot of the lowrider, Chicano, stuff like that. So P-Rod was that guy that was like, oh, he's more like us. You know what I mean? Like he's Mexican, but he's fly though, So that interview, I was like, damn, that's one of those ones, bro. He's a legend. How was that? Like,
yeah. I mean, that was super dope. He's a great guy, bro.
Okay.
Super humble, bro. Like, man, for being who he is, like, bro, dude was just chilling, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just chilling in the crowd, bro. Like, no, not backstage, not anything, bro. Like, shout out to my boy Deshaun Jordan, bro. You know what I mean? That was at his event, Home is Where the Heart Is, for his album release and his skate event. But man, bro was super, super chill, bro.
Okay. Down
to earth, bro. Great guy. And it was a great conversation, man. He was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
My boy Deshaun Jordan, said some good words, you know what I mean? And we were able to talk, man, and it was dope for sure. You know what I mean?
Is there somebody that you really want to get, like a dream one, like a crazy one, that you're like, damn, this one would be, I could retire after this one? Because low key, if I got P-Rod, I probably would be good, bro. Like you already did my dream one, low key. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, man, shit. That's hard because it's like I have people in my head that I'll be like, yo, this is like super fucking dope.
Yeah.
Like this is like, yo, like this is somebody that I've like followed and whatever, listened to or, known about for a long time, somebody that I grew up on type shit, but like excitement goes, like, I mean, I know you're probably joking around, but I don't think I'm going to retire.
Yeah,
retire.
No.
You feel me? Because I plan on doing what I'm doing, so I'm like, shit,
Oh,
man.
yeah, hopefully.
60,
I just mean
70,
like that one.
You know what I mean?
Just that one where you like, okay, I got one.
Yeah.
Like, because you do a lot of ones that might be big to other people, but like, it was cool, but that wasn't,
yeah.
you didn't grow up on that.
Yeah.
But is there one that would like actually hit you like, oh, damn.
Yeah, there's people that I think are like super big. Like there's people that I think are big that other people might not really
Like
know
who?
about, bro. Like I would really love to interview Max B, bro. The way,
Bro,
bro.
that's a crazy one. That would be a crazy one.
Max B, that would be fucking sick as fuck, bro. Just because, and like, I bet you like 50% of Arizona like doesn't know who that is.
Yeah, that's East Coast, but yeah,
it's East Coast, But man, bro, like I think that would be fucking sick as fuck.
that's some real hip hop, like
Yeah, bro.
DVD type shit.
Come up DVD, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm actually I have a good relationship with his producer, bro. Young Los. Shout out to Young Los.
So it's
And,
possible.
it's possible, bro. You know, but he got to get out first.
Yeah.
But yeah, Max B would be super fucking dope, bro.
That's a dope ass answer,
Yeah.
bro. I like that.
Yeah,
You got another
yeah.
one? Because that was a good one.
Yeah. I got another one, bro. OJ the Juice Man.
Bro. Oh, I fuck with you, bro. I would love that too.
That would be fucking.
Oh, man.
I think we both have a great conversation.
Dude, do you? Oh man, every year I watch it at least like 6-7 times. But do you remember that freestyle he did? You know exactly. Yeah, you already know what I'm talking about, bro. With his eyes, man. OJ is like, man. I never even thought about interviewing because he's just like a star to me. Like, he's in the zeitgeist, bro. Like, I can't even. I wouldn't be able to interview that fool, bro. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay,
yeah, man. And like same with him, bro. Who knows how many percentage of people out here are gonna know about
especially
him.
at this age group now, because that was like maybe 2009
9, 10, 11 type shit.
Bro. Yeah. I mean, that whole Atlanta Brick Squad era was just, man, incredible. Different time, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
See, this is why I wanted to ask these type of questions, because people really don't know that you like. If you didn't like hip hop, bro, you wouldn't have said those two people. Those are like some underground type. That's underground like New York shit and some Atlanta shit. Like,
for sure.
Not a lot of people. I mean, back then, but like now, nobody's talking about OJ the Juice Man, bro. Like, so for you to say that tells me where you at, bro. I fuck with that.
Just because I grew up a certain way, bro. You know, like I grew up a certain way. Just like, I grew up in Chandler and shit. You know, but like. Once I left the crib, I was like everywhere, bro.
Gotcha.
So many different influences, bro. So many different cultures and influences, music, fashion, you know, cars, movies, like everything, bro. So many things. Just
with you being Italian out here, obviously we have a big Chicano scene out here, like for Mexican culture. Do we have any like Italian scene out here? Like, do you have any events that you go to, or like you know what I'm saying, that represent your culture?
Hell yeah, man. Every year, twice a year, there's the Italian Association or Italian Festival.
Okay. Where's that at usually?
It'll
just
be,
different cities or something?
Yeah, it'll be in Scottsdale, then it'll be in downtown Phoenix.
Okay.
You know, every year, they switched up every year, you know. That's a great event to go to.
That's hard.
I suggest it to everybody. Italian Festival, man.
Hey, have you guys ever done any coverage on that?
No actual coverage, because you know it's actually like a family thing.
Got you.
My dad's a part of like the board.
Oh, what?
Association.
That's hard.
Italian Association
of
Arizona, you know. And the whole goal is to like bring a little Italy to Arizona somewhere. Like New York, San Francisco. But until that happens, you know, we have the festival every year.
Yeah. That's dope. What explain it to me a little bit. Like, if you're at, you know, one of our things, you know, you got lowriders, you got tacos out, you know, like what does it look like at like an Italian festival? Like, what are you seeing?
Man, it's the same as like the Chicano culture and Hispanic culture, except instead of lowriders, there'll be like some Fiats.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Maybe they'll bring like some Ferraris or some Italian cars.
Yeah.
For show, you know. Instead of, you know, Hispanic food, there'll be Mexican food set up. I mean, not Mexican, Italian food everywhere.
Some good pastas.
Pasta, pizza, gelato.
Yeah.
All the stuff, you know. And music, you know, opera singers and a lot of cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
Opera singers, what else? People from Italy fly in and doing the dances and stuff. It'd be really cool stuff that's going on, man, for sure. What else?
That's dope. So your family's a part of part of that culture.
Yeah, for sure. Well, my dad's 100% Italian.
Got you.
Yeah.
Damn, that's hard. He's on the board and everything. So he's really out here, bro.
Yeah.
You might need to have him on a pod or something. You know what I'm saying? See where Stazz came from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's funny because we look nothing alike.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I was just about to ask, does he be dressing like fresh and shit? Or like?
I mean, he really don't care about clothes like that.
Got you.
But he's like dark skin, bro.
What?
Like straight up like dark, like
really?
dark brown, like, yeah.
Oh, damn. Is he from Chicago or?
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
So
Yeah.
that's crazy. You know, obviously you have both parents like features and stuff.
Yeah,
but
of course.
like as far as like, you know, skin and physicality and everything, like that comes from my mom's side. You know.
Got you. Yeah, the light skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. Damn, that's dope. Yeah, I really want to ask that because, yeah, you always get those comments of like you're being involved in other cultures and stuff. So I'm always interested in other cultures because, like, you know, the Chicano culture is huge out here, but I don't really know nothing about no Italian culture. I'm gonna have to check that out, bro.
Check it out,
that could
man.
be
Check it
fire.
out. Yeah, man. I think the next one is in October, I think. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's a great time.
Yeah, for sure. The other thing I wanted to ask, bro, and some people in the comments might want to hear this answer, but do you sometimes do the crazy outfits because you're gonna do an interview or because you're gonna do content? Because I've seen people say, like, you know, I've seen a outfit where it was like what was it, like lean bottles or something, like through the whole outfit.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes do that on purpose, or is that just part of that's in your closet?
Bro, I fuck with Desto Dub. I fuck with awful lot of cough syrup. You know, like straight up, bro. Like that shit's dope as fuck.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
All right, like yeah, I don't sip lean. You know, I don't condone like people like, you know, like overdosing on drugs and like, you know, I'm not promoting like that toxic stuff. You know what I mean? But you know, I'll say this, like, yeah, have I sipped lean before? Yeah, I've done it before. You know what I mean? Like, not just once, like I've done it multiple times before. You know what I mean? But you know, like it's culture, bro. Like it's a part of pop culture, bro. It's a part of fashion, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So I just fuck with the brand, bro.
Yeah.
I thought it was dope. I thought the design was dope, like, you know, and I just thought it looked dope as fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make no statement. I wasn't trying to do nothing. I'm just like, yo, this shit's dope as fuck.
Yeah, it's just
Hell
hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just hard as fuck. Like, you know, let me get this fit.
Yeah. Fuck
You know
it.
what I mean?
I feel that, bro. Because, yeah, I just asked that because I seen, like today, a lot of your outfits be a more like, you know, chill, like obviously some designer here and there. But sometimes you do pop out with like, oh, he put that shit on like some different, you know?
Yeah.
So I'd be wondering, like, because same with me, like, you know, when your outfit is about to be on hella content, so you're like, bro, I don't want to get a bad fit because now I got to watch all this content back, and I had a bad fit on, you know, like 70 clips of me in a bad fit.
Yeah.
So do you be thinking about that a lot beforehand, or do you kind of just let it flow?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, you know, obviously you gotta have a nice fit on.
Yeah.
You know, regardless whether it's some outlandish shit or like just some chill shit. Like, you know, I just feel like you gotta look good, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta present yourself nice, especially if you can be in front of a camera, bro. You know, that's just me though, bro. I've always loved fashion. I've always my mom, she was a model. You know, she was really into like, you know, all that stuff growing up too. So I think I get that from her. I just like dressing fly, bro.
Okay.
I've always done that shit since I was middle school.
Damn. So she was like into like designer and shit, like, or
I mean, she was never like that, you know.
Okay.
I think all that was more like of me. That was more of me and my influences,
Gotcha.
you know. But she was a model, you know. She modeled.
so she just
know what
had
I mean?
that aesthetic, you know,
Yeah.
and like how to put stuff together.
For magazines and stuff like that, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah, man. I think that's where I get it from. I just like fashion, bro. I wanted to study it out of high school. A lot of people don't know that. That was what I wanted to do, bro, for like 5-6 months.
Okay.
I was like, where can I go to college to study fashion merchandising? You know, because I really wanted to do it. You know, I didn't end up doing it, but that was a point in my life where I really wanted to take it as a career, bro.
Yeah.
You know, but
Shit, maybe you could do something for the AZ Way Too Active merch.
oh shit,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
Hey, look, my boy, man. Shout out to the owner of AZWay 2 Active, Ben Fly, man. He's dealing with that.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
okay. Yeah, y'all be having some hard shit.
Yeah,
The
hell
last one
yeah.
that, I don't know if it was the last one, but the last one I seen with the flames,
yeah.
you know, with the
Mhm.
with the like acronym on there. That shit was hard.
Fire as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Fire as fuck. We about to bring those back.
Oh, okay, for sure.
We bringing those back because
Yeah.
they're definitely a demand for sure.
Yeah. With AZ Way Too Active, one of the things that I always see and I wanted to ask is like, how do you guys go about collabing on so many different posts. Because I'll see a random post of someone, like I seen one where someone was running down the street and they were saying they were chasing their baby dad out of the, you know what I'm talking about? He was running from them like with no shirt on, and it was some dude behind him. They're like, "Oh, I'm chasing your baby daddy right now," or some shit like that, like a random funny clip.
Shit.
And I'm like, how do you guys end up collabing on shit like that?
Fuck. Who? I don't know if we posted that. I think that was someone else that collabed with us.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you
Yeah.
guys just accept collabs, or like, how does that work?
It just all depends, bro.
Okay.
It all depends, bro. Like, you know, prefer if someone reaches out at first, you know, and whether it's like somebody we fuck with or whatever, you know, it all depends, bro. Situational.
It's
Depends on the
situational.
content, depends on who it's from, the type of content, you know, if like a business transaction, you know what I mean? Someone's doing some promo, like, so there's all different types of situations for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it just really just depends.
Yeah, but I think that was something. Correct me if I don't know if this is 100% right, but I think that might have been something 602 Byron.
It is. Yep.
Posted.
You just reminded me. Yep. Because it was him, you guys, like Town, or it was like 6 different accounts.
I think he took it down though.
Oh, did he?
I don't know if it's up anymore.
Oh, okay. But yeah, when I see those kind of posts, I'm like, how did you guys get involved with this collab, bro?
I mean, that was great content.
It was.
That shit was funny.
It was, but I'd be wondering, like, did he just automatically collab and y'all just accept it, or did he already tell y'all like, "Hey, I'm about to post this"?
Well, since
you know,
I think that was just like, yo, this shit is funny as fuck. Like, hell yeah, let's do it. You know,
let's do it. Yeah.
Hell
Because
yeah.
y'all do paid promo too, right? Obviously, that's
Yeah.
how you guys get paid. That
Yeah.
keeps shit going.
I mean, I think that's with any business, bro. You know, with anything, bro. It's like, you know, you make deal. You know, you have deals. Some are agreements with money. Some are without money.
Yeah,
you know?
bartering. Shit like that.
all types of different situations. You know, but yeah, for sure, bro. For sure, paid promo for sure, bro.
Have y'all ever paid for an interview? Like, you guys really wanted somebody to be on?
I've never paid for an interview.
That's fire. That's dope. So everything's been organic. Just you just in the right place, right time type of situation. Networking. Damn, that's hard.
Never
bro.
paid for an interview. Yep.
That's dope. Would you? What if OJ was like, "Hey, my interview rate is 1,000, but I'll jump on with you."
Man, no disrespect at all, bro. No disrespect at all, but I wouldn't do that.
No?
Nah,
Why not?
nah.
Why would you say that?
Just cause, you know, I think AZ Way Too Active, bro, like our platform, bro, is like we could offer something to him. You know, people from other states, other countries, other states, other regions. It's like I said earlier in this pod, there might be like 50%, 60% people out here that don't know who he is. OJ Juice Man is, and being on our platform could help showcase you to people that don't know anything about you.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, we have a big platform, bro.
For sure.
A very big platform, bro. Platform is lit as fuck, bro. So, yeah, I think it'd be beneficial for him.
Yeah.
Same with like Max B too, bro. You know, like even though they're big, even though they're like on certain levels and shit, like I think it'd be beneficial because it's Arizona, bro. Untapped market out here as far as like hip hop and all that goes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Music and stuff. So yeah, man, I don't know, man. Maybe sometime in the future. It all depends, bro. But that's why I really pride myself in like not going that route, bro, because I'm all just about like relationships, bro, and networking and working hard to like build up the platform, bro, to have it really be of a service to whoever, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I know that happens, bro. I know that happens, and I know that happens everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? Yeah, I know there's platforms that pay for interviews, you know? But I bet you there's a lot of places that people or platforms that don't too.
Yeah.
Cause it's
Same
all
with
love.
like features. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you got a good relationship with shoot, Lil Wayne, if you got a good relationship, I'm sure he don't charge certain people, you know? So there's definitely both in the industry.
Yeah, but I'm open to everything, you know?
Yeah,
I'm
never
open
say
to
never.
Never say never to anything, bro. And, you know, obviously I would converse with, you know, my team and shit, you know, first to make sure it's good. But yeah, man, as of now, nah, man, you know, let's keep this shit organic.
Yeah.
Let's be people, man. Let's connect, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And that's how we feel too, because we've had people reach out even wanting to pay to be on the platform. And I feel like that kind of could diminish us, you know, just how people view us. Because if someone could pay, just throw me some money and then I'm promoting you, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even know what you're about. I don't know what you do. I feel like then people can see through that. You know what I'm saying? But on the other side, I know a lot of people that get paid to do that. You know what I'm saying? So how do you feel? You guys have such a good team, bro. Like, that's what I've noticed. Shout out to LV. She got us in the magazine that she did recently. That team that you got is strong, and I know it's important. How do you feel about where different, what do you want to call it? Arizona media. How do you feel about the Arizona media in general right now? Because it's a lot bigger than when you guys were starting it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's so many different platforms. You know what I mean? Like, so many different people that's out there trying to do this media thing, bro. You know what I mean? So, man, whoever's out there doing it, like, man, much love, and keep doing what you're trying to do, bro. Just make sure it's organic, bro. Just make sure it's right, bro. You know what I mean? Like, don't be one of those platforms that's out there for the clout and just trying to clout chase. You know what I mean? Like, of course, there's going to be big moments and big stories and big content and viral stuff, you know, but just make sure it's natural, bro, you know, and just do it right. You feel me? So,
yeah.
But yeah, I think it's dope, bro. I mean, like, hell yeah, we need, like, the more creatives and the more, like, you know, naturally dope shit that's going on out here. I think it's great for the city and for the state, you know, city of Phoenix and the state.
Yeah.
Arizona, you know what I mean? Yeah,
I think so too. Cause, I feel like there's a lot more platforms now, whereas you guys were like, obviously you guys are still, I would say in my opinion, like number one, out here, but there's a lot more coming. And I feel like, there's just more stuff to cover in general. Like, there's an event every weekend, a festival every weekend, a new rapper that just drops some every weekend. So, like, for there to be multiple platforms, like, it just makes sense, you know? Like, we all have different conversations. Like, the questions that I'm going to ask the same person, you're not going to ask. You know what I mean? So I feel like we could all eat. And I feel like Arizona has this thing where if you're doing the same thing I'm doing, I'm not fucking with that, because now you're fucking with what I'm doing. But I feel like we need to switch that mentality. Have you seen that?
No, for sure, bro. It's like, don't be like, I mean, obviously people and platforms, they take influences from everything, you know, just like with an artist, you know, or like an athlete, you know, Kobe trying to study Michael Jordan, you know, that's gonna be a thing in life always, you know what I mean? But it's like, make it your own and make it original, you know what I mean? Like I saw some shit today of some page on Instagram that said AZ Active LLC. Like, come on, bro. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yo, that's crazy.
Like, obviously, you know who AZ Way Too Active is. Yeah. Why the fuck would you say AZ Active?
Yeah.
LLC. Like, obviously, it's not the same exact thing as us, but come on now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
crazy you say that, because that's something that happened today. Like, what the fuck is that?
You said it in the group chat, like, yo, y'all seen this?
No, actually, no, not even me, bro. Goth, my fucking DJ, bro. My team member on AZ Way Too Active, the DJ, bro. He was like, he sent the profile to the group chat. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
That's crazy, bro.
But, you know, it was just kind of like a shaking my head type shit. You know what I mean?
Just leave it at that. You know?
Yeah, because it's like, all right, whatever. You know, like, so.
But I feel like even you jumping on our platform, is like one of those steps that we need out here. Is like, cause y'all don't have to talk to us, bro. Y'all don't have to even DM me back, nothing. But when I hit you, you said, yeah, let's do it. I was surprised. I was like, oh shit, let's get it, you know? So I feel like this right here is one of those steps that we need out here, because we can set the tone going forward for any new platforms that are out here that, yeah, you guys are down to link up. You guys are down because you guys are for the community. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's another thing, man. That's another thing. It's like if you guys have a dope platform, you know what I mean? You guys are building and the content looks good, you know? And it's like, all right, you know, all right, I interview a bunch of celebrities, okay? I'm in these rooms. I'm at these events. I'm in LA. I'm in Vegas. I'm doing all this like major shit, right? All this top-notch dope shit, right? All right. So am I just gonna do all of that and just be like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna talk to no upcoming rapper. I'm not gonna be on no local AZ pod. You know what I mean? Like that's just local shit. Fuck that. Hell no. Like, come on now. Like, we for the community. You know what I mean? And I think that's what sets us apart. AZ Way Too Active, bro. Like, you know, coming up, we're going to be at like a fashion show. There's like a local fashion show, bro, that is all local, bro. Doing interviews, all that, bro, covering it. And it's like, you got to be a part of the community. You got to be a human being. You feel me? And so, yeah, man, you got to be a part of the community. You can't just be bougie. You can't do all that. You got to be a part of the community, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think what's dope about y'all is everybody's, bro, I've ran into so many people that say they're part of the community, they're for the community, but they don't do shit for the community.
Yeah.
Like, you never seen them do one thing,
Yeah.
but they like to talk about it. Y'all don't talk about it, bro. You guys are at all the skate events. You guys are going to be at a fashion event. You know what I mean? You guys are outside everywhere, like shedding light on these things happening. Like, so the proof is in the pudding, bro. Like, you guys are actually doing it. That's what that's why I fuck with y'all.
Actions speak louder than words, bro.
100%.
I mean, that's one of the oldest sayings in the book. Actions speak louder than words, you know? Like, there's platforms out there that are booming, you know? So many followers, a whole bunch of engagement, you know? But, and I'm not knocking anybody, you know? But not just Arizona. That's everywhere, you know? And sports, music, fashion, everything. There's great platforms out there, but who is behind it? Are these platforms out here? You know, like, do you know anybody from this platform?
Have you ever seen them?
Have you ever seen who does this? You know what I mean? So that's important to us. You know, it's like, yeah, let's be outside, so people know, so people can be like, oh, those are them dudes from AZ Way Too Active. They're good dudes.
Yeah, I met him and he was cool.
I met them. They're dope as fuck. Let me follow them. Let me support them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's so much different than a DM, bro. Like, obviously, you know, there's relationships that are started in DMs. Just whether you're dating, whether it's whatever, bro. And I like with artists and influencers, like, there's people that I've never met in person before that I'm real cool with just off of social media.
Yeah.
And I've never met them in person.
Just showing love back and forth.
Yeah, bro. Just conversations and all that. But at the end of the day, bro, nothing compares to that face-to-face, you know?
100%. And I preach that, bro. Like, I always preach, like, I don't like to just DM people. I like to run into them so we could catch a vibe. And if you feel my vibe, I feel yours, then we could line some up. And I've been wanting to do that with you, bro, but I could just never catch you. So I was telling Manny, I was like, you know what, bro? I'm going to just DM him, bro. I don't like doing it, but I can't catch him. So sometimes I will do the DM and it worked out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
nothing's wrong with that either, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, it worked out. The other thing I want to talk about, because obviously you guys are huge in the hip hop scene. Why do you think it's so hard to get out of here? Like, to make it past Arizona? You know what I'm saying? Like, some get to Cali, like, shout out to Alexis. I feel like he's really, you know, starting to break that boundary. I think next up maybe is the CBE, Cactus Boys.
Shout out to them, man.
They're killing it. Man, bro. When y'all got that, me and them been talking, so we've been trying to get some. When you got it, I was like, damn, that's fire, bro. I really like that.
That was a big one for both of us.
Fire.
Crazy.
Why do you think it's so hard? Like, you've seen a lot of it, so what do you think it is? Is there something that you can pinpoint, or?
You know, I think it's more of like a personal thing, bro. Like having the finances, the transportation to actually move around, you know?
Yeah, because you got to be outside with that type of.
Yeah, it costs money. Shit costs money, bro. Gas money, money for food. It takes a lot. Time away from family.
Yeah.
Time away from your kids, your girl, your parents. Like, it's a lot, bro. It takes a lot for sure. I think that's what it is.
And I guess that kind of speaks to like who really loves it too. Because, you know, like me and you, we're going to do this if we don't even get no money from it. So like if someone's a rapper and they can't make no money, they're spending all this money, they're losing time. It probably gets to a point where they're like, yeah, I don't really love it that much. Like, let me jump out. That might be something that happens a lot too.
That too, you know, but I feel like you said, like we doing this because we love this shit, you know, and it gives us a sense of like, it feeds our soul, you know 100%. What I mean? And I think that's the same with like a basketball player, a rapper, a singer. Like, yeah, there's going to be people out there that don't make it to that level. There's going to be people that might not make money, but, you know, if it feeds your soul and it's keeping you like level-headed and it's helping you personally, there's nothing wrong with keeping it going. You know, I mean, obviously, like, it all depends on what you're really trying to do. Like me, I'm trying to make bread. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make money, whether it's playing sports, whether it's doing what I'm doing right now, whether I'm a rapper, a producer, DJ. I want to eventually make money, you know what I mean? Enough money to, like, you know, be fucking rich.
Yeah.
Off this shit, you know what I mean? I think that's what we all want to do. We want to be rich. We want to be successful as fuck financially in everything that we do, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, just because we're not making it after 2-3 years, that doesn't mean like I'm just gonna be, oh man, fuck this, you know? Like, you know, we love this shit. We have a passion for this shit, what we're doing. At least for me, I have a passion for what I'm doing, you know what I mean? I truly love it, you know, and I'm not just doing it for the clout, you know? I'm not just doing it for the money. I'm not just doing it for any one particular reason. I do this because it feeds my soul, bro. You know what I mean? And I think that's what happens with artists too, bro. It's like, all right, you know, you tried it. You tried and you went hard as possible and you haven't made the money you want. But if it's keeping you going and it's making you feel good, then no, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you could keep it going.
Yeah, yeah. All depends on what you want to do, though, you know?
So as of right now, as we're sitting here, could you still hoop these fools up, bro? Like, talk to me, bro. Talk to me.
Shit, man.
How you looking?
Man, I haven't hooped in so long, bro.
Oh, no, for real?
I haven't hooped in a long time, bro.
Okay. You've been too busy.
I used to, like, talk a lot of shit. Be like, bro, like, come on now. Don't fuck with me. You know, I still got it. I need to, like, warm up. I need, like, a good week to warm up.
Okay.
Or not even a week. Like, that's, like, basketball shape.
Yeah. Okay.
But as far as, like, getting a ball and, like, shooting and shit, like, just give me, like, a good 20 minutes so I can get my muscle memory back.
Just get it back right, stretch out a little bit.
Yeah. Because, like, bro, I did that all the way up until I was, like, 18, bro. Like, that was, like, my life, bro.
That's what you thought you were going to do forever.
I wanted to be an NBA player.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I took it really seriously. Traveled all over the world, bro.
Wow.
Like, I made it out of Arizona.
That's fire.
Like, you know what I mean? And I have so many stories, so many basketball memories and stories. And, you know, it's like, you do something for long enough, it's in you, you know?
Always
in you, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, you just made me think now, what's the story you got overseas, bro? That's dope. That's different, especially when you're that young.
Yeah.
Because that's a different, man. I mean, I've only been to Mexico, bro. I haven't even been to no other country. That's crazy. Yeah,
bro. I played basketball in the Netherlands, bro. When I was a kid, you know, it was kind of like the Olympics, bro.
Wow.
It wasn't the Olympics, but it was like this. It was like called like youth sports ambassadors or something. So it was like it was built like the Olympics though. It was like a bunch of kids from the U.S.
Oh, okay.
Bunch of kids from the U.S. You know, go over to the Netherlands and you just play in like a tournament.
Wow.
Represent America, play in a tournament against other countries.
Other
bro.
countries?
Other
Wow.
countries, bro. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's different. How'd you
Yeah.
guys do?
Man, we weren't the best, man. We were all right, man. We won a couple games, man.
Okay.
We didn't win the championship, you know.
Okay.
We didn't make it to the championship or nothing, but we did all right, man. I think
Yeah.
we made it to like the first round of the tournament or some shit. I don't know.
Mhm.
You know, you play like a certain number of pool games, and then you go into the
actual bracket. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't make it that far, but it was dope as fuck, bro.
I bet.
For sure. Went to the Anne Frank house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All that, yeah, it was dope as fuck. Little too, bro. I think I was like 12, bro, when I did that shit. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Damn,
Yeah,
are you
bro.
still cool with a lot of those? Because I feel like with that you build like a brotherhood when you're traveling like that. Because I used to travel for a little bit of football, and we would go like to Six Flags or something together, and you guys would come back like tighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man, nah, none of them, bro. That was
Nah.
that was a long time ago, bro.
Too young at that point.
Yeah, and like that was like people from all other states, you know.
Mm.
So it's like, and we're kids. Like I didn't have a cell phone
Yeah.
back then. Like,
So you'll never see him again.
yeah, I'm like, we're, you know, I think my parents gave me like some sort of phone to have for the time being, you know,
Yeah.
but like, nah, I can't remember. I remember faces,
Yeah.
you know, but I don't remember names and shit, you know.
Yeah.
I can remember like the face and where they were from, but I can't put a name to it, you know.
Mhm.
Just kind of just fell out, you know. Just kind of just lost in communication, you know, because it was so long ago. But yeah, that was really dope, bro.
I feel like that probably helps you, you know, in these rooms and stuff. Like you've seen stuff that a lot of people haven't early. So like that just gives you a different perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Like New York, bro. New York City, Nashville, Tennessee. Like I've been all over, bro.
Yeah.
Nike tournaments, all that.
That's hard.
Yeah, a whole bunch of shit, bro. Played against DeMarcus Cousins. You know?
What?
Yeah, all that, bro.
That's hard.
Yeah, bro. So it was dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Great memories, man. Great basketball memories. I could go on and on about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's dope is you have that whole other side that nobody really knows. You know what I mean? Shout out to Stazz 1. Stazz 1.
Yeah. Basha High School, man.
What's coming up? What's next, bro? What you got lined up?
Man, bro, AC2 active, bro. You know what I mean? We got many more events to attend, man. You know, building the team up. You know what I mean? Shout out to the you know, the new members that we bringing on. You know what I mean? To bring out there, because there's so many things going on. Not one of us can be everywhere at once.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So shout out to you know, Tatiana, you know what I mean? Who else? Shout out to my boy Industry Brims, you know. Shout out to P Dodd, you know what I mean? Who else, bro? Who else we bringing on board? Shit. Fucking who else? Somebody else we bringing on board, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, just covering everything in Arizona, bro.
Yeah.
Covering more shit, you know. Looking for a place, you know what I mean? Looking for a new like building. That's definitely something that we're working towards. New merch, you know, new content, new different content, bro. You're gonna see a lot of different content coming from us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we got so much stuff to do, bro. So much
can't
stuff
wait.
to go on, bro. You know, just so much stuff that's going on.
I can't wait, bro. I love
Yeah.
it. You guys are that's one thing that with you guys is that you guys are consistent. That's the hardest part out here, because there's a lot of dope platforms. They just fall off for a month or two, and then everybody forgets about them. They try to come back, and it's just not the same. You guys are just consistent, like foot on the gas. So I appreciate that. Go ahead and obviously shout out your Instagram, wherever they can find you, whatever you're pushing, and then just anything that you want them to look at, bro.
All right, for sure. Yeah, man. You can follow me at Stazz the Italian, bro. That's STAZZTHE Italian. That's all one thing, at Stazz the Italian. If y'all haven't, follow AZ Way Too Active, man. AZWAYTOOACTIVE. AZ Way Too Active. Be on the lookout for some dope interviews, man. As of today, last post that I had up there was a interview with Gorilla Zoe, ATL legend, trap legend.
This fool loves Gorilla Zoe too.
Yeah. Shout out to Gorilla Zoe, man. That's one of the newer interviews that's out right now. Y'all gonna be surprised, man. Got some dope shit about to drop pretty soon. You know what I mean? I'll keep that under wraps, but I got some dope ass shit coming up, man. Go visit our website, azway2active.net.
Okay.
Calendars on there.
The magazine.
The magazine.
The magazine is on there,
The
and we're in
magazine.
I think we said it maybe in the last pod, but we're in the magazine too.
Yeah, Beyond the Brand podcast is in the magazine. Deshaun Jordan, Alexis, Industry Brims. Who else? There's some other local businesses that's in the magazine. azway2active.net. That's where the magazine is at. You can order it physically. You can get a physical copy, or you can just download it digitally
for free.
Yeah, it's a great read. Super dope magazine for sure, man. And if anyone wants to be featured in the magazine, hit us up.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I mean?
Yeah, that I was so happy to be included in that because that brought back those memories, bro, of like Game Informer, Source Magazine, all that stuff from back in the day, like bringing that feeling back.
Yeah. But of course, you gotta be dope, bro. You gotta have some good stuff going on. You know what I mean? For sure. And yeah, man. Magazine is something that's really dope that we're pushing right now. And follow us on TikTok too. AZ Way Too Active, man. We almost at 6,000 followers on there. Been viral multiple times on there. And follow the TikTok, AZ Way Too Active on TikTok. You know what I mean? Follow us on YouTube, AZ Way Too Active on YouTube. That's going up more and more. So yeah, bro, those are the three biggest platforms for us right now. Obviously, there's a bunch of growing still. I really want to, and I think I speak for my team in general, definitely want to find out more about the streaming,
Bro, you took that out of my mind. I was about to say, we need to get into this streaming bro.
Shit, man. It's gold right now, bro.
We're thinking about doing something, bro. Like, we got to do something with this streaming because nobody out here has done it yet, I don't think. Besides people that have come, like Neon came out here and stuff, but like nobody, that's what's next up for us. We got to figure that out for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man.
But thank you so much again, bro. I really appreciate you stopping on with us. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. We're on the way to 500 subscribers on YouTube, so run that up for us. But we out. Peace.
We out.